Chairman Board of Trustees. Dr. Leonard Jackson, Associate Dean of Vocational Education. Robert Russell, Dean of Administration and Planning Services. Mr. Roy Flores, Dean of Student Development Services. In addition, I would like to recognize the distinguished faculty of North Seattle Community College. Would you please stand? Also in attendance with us this evening, and I'm not quite sure where, is Vice Chancellor for Education Administration, Julie Hunger. Julie, would you please stand? I'd like to make one faculty special recognition this evening. This faculty person has been an outstanding teacher and an educator. He's brought amusement to the classroom. He's thought of by his students as a master teacher. He will retire this year. Harris Hartell. Harris. Assisting us on the stage this evening in sign language interpretation is Jackie Randalls and Shara Gay Bell. I would just like to say just a few words before I go on with the program. As I thought about this evening, I thought that students pursuing an education were much like climbers trying to climb Mount Everest. Much as the road is difficult, sometimes there's an easy spot. But as we go up the mountain, whether it's a climber or a student, and we look back at the view behind us and what we've accomplished, we have an exhilarating, wonderful feeling inside. There's one difference between Mount Everest and pursuing an education. You can reach the peak of Mount Everest, but education is something you must always reach for. But at each point,
that they can be the kind of citizens that we need to form policies both at home and abroad. We wish you well in your learning process, which is lifelong. Tonight you have completed one chapter, but the learning process goes on as long as you draw breath. So we hope that you've built a foundation that will send you out to be lifelong learners, that will allow you to be productive in the working place and critical thinkers in the role that we all have as citizens in this great country of ours. Congratulations and best wishes.
This past year we've had the pleasure of working with a chancellor that's devoted to the success in education. Greetings from the Chancellor of Seattle Community Colleges, Dr. Thomas Gonzalez.
Good evening. I think tonight's an historic event in a number of ways. I just want to share a few thoughts with you. These evenings always move me, having been through numerous occasions like this, but they're all different. I hate to share that with you sincerely because I think it comes from a commitment of what I feel I do in leadership positions and what I feel the faculty do and what our classified staff do and what you do as students in an exchange of that process. And it's that exchange that takes place between you and the faculty and classified staff and all of us that really makes these evenings worthwhile and very meaningful. And it's one of those events that I think is shared. It's shared by family, it's shared by relatives, and it's also a point to acknowledge support systems, a point to acknowledge that we are in this together, and that we realize many of you have come a long way and made many sacrifices just to be here this evening. And I really highlight that nostalgia for that because it's a high point in your career. And I think that's a lot of meaning to it. And I'm just glad that I've been able to be here this year to share this with you. And so it's important for me to communicate that in all sincerity to you because we want to make certain that what we provided you is something you will feel is long-lasting, and we hope you come back. It's through you and through the kinds of things that you do in your communities, it's the kinds of things you do that relate to the experiences you have here that will make a difference in our world today, and that's what it's all about. And I just thank you for being here, and I'm glad I'm here with you.
Prior to going to our primary speaker, I would like to just say you've met the faculty, the administration, the board members, and there's one more group that's very important at North Seattle Community College, and I know some of them are out there, the support staff, the security officers, secretaries, would you please stand? All the support staff, advisory, where are you? This has been my one and first year at North Seattle Community College, and I had the opportunity to meet an outstanding individual who had tremendous energy, and he was your student body president. He's our speaker this evening, Patrick Cooley. Patrick.
Chancellor Gonzalez, members of the Board of Trustees, President Finney, administration, faculty and staff, fellow Phi Theta Kaphans, and especially you, the students, and your family and friends, greetings. Springtime is a special season when students all over the world mark a change in their lives and say thank you and farewell to their old schools. And at commencement exercises like this, they gather and listen to speakers at a time when wisdom is flowing fast and furious. What I would like to share with you tonight might be interpreted by some as this 24-year-old's attempts at wisdom. I'd rather think of my words, though, as a sharing with you of some fragments of personal discovery I have collected during my time at North Seattle Community College. The other day, while brainstorming for a subject to speak about tonight, a friend reminded me that commencement speakers are chosen for the express purpose of giving addresses that people forget the instant they are delivered. I hated to admit she might be right, and so I did. But, keeping her comment in mind, what I have aimed at in writing these remarks is the best forgettable speech you've ever heard. The title of my speech tonight is Do the Right Thing. Last February, during the students' annual celebration of African American History Month, a movie was shown which drew considerable response from students. Most applauded the selection for its thought-provoking content and its humorous portrayal of some down-to-earth human issues. A few others, however, were deeply offended. They wrote me notes protesting the display of such vulgar and unacceptable material. That movie was Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing presented an assortment of individuals from different cultural backgrounds struggling through the daily routines of life. Despite their differences, the cast shared a common environment, a Harlem neighborhood on a terribly hot summer afternoon. Throughout the film, the characters, though they were doing the right thing, thought they were doing the right thing. Yet somehow, the events of that day culminated into an explosive race riot, where friends turned on each other, and we witnessed meaningless death and the destruction of institutions which were important to everybody. The question Spike Lee asks then is, if everybody was doing the right thing, how could this happen? Who was at fault? America is in many ways not much different from those tragic final moments in Do the Right Thing. My friends and neighbors are good people, and I like Americans in general.